Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian. Welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 18 as the St. Louis Browns. So this episode, as you've already seen with Stellaris, begins the 2 games 5 days a week phase of the channel, and I'm really curious to see what people think about it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep each episode, even for OOTP, to around 30 minutes, which should mean about half a season per episode, depending how long the off-season takes. And I know this means you'll get less in each video, but since the videos come more frequently, you'll overall get more OOTP than you were before. Because before you were just getting one video of about an hour. Now you're getting 5 videos of half an hour. And I thought about doing one full season per episode, and it just would get... There would be so much recording, I wouldn't have time to do anything else on my weekends. So, I hope you all understand. And just as a show of good faith, during this explanation, I've been running the clock. So, we begin now with the first half-hour episode. So, right away, I noticed that, first of all, we were first in attendance, which is pretty cool. Probably because I don't think we've ever increased ticket prices, ever. We need to achieve a winning record, and last season we were 82-72. We need to get a better catcher, and we need to improve in stolen bases. Let's begin by seeing who we lost. I will check out personnel here in 10 seconds, but I want to see... Transactions log. We lost Baby Doll Jacobson. And to be honest, I think his time is over with, and I'm not going to bring him back. It's a tragedy, but it is what it is. Sign a free agent. I could bring in Honey Barnes, who's a pretty decent catcher with some gap power. So he's useful, but I don't think he's a starting catcher. Who's my current starting catcher? It's still Saltzgaber, isn't it? Yeah. Saltzgaber's a good catcher, though. I don't know why the AI, I don't want my owner so desperate to see me upgrade. I think maybe if he just hits better this season, it would help. And you're kind of okay as a catcher. Okay, outfield is still more or less set, although this might be a good season to bring up Campbell. McQuinn's still got a long way to go before he'll be a good overall hitter, and I'm not going to rush him. Especially when, to be honest, Sizzler still looks pretty damn solid. How much money do I have to mess with? Probably a lot, right? Yeah, I've got a lot. I could bring in Steve O'Neill. He just wasn't that great last season. Let's look only at catchers, because that's where we need to make the upgrade. So you're a decent catcher who's an average hitter. You're a good base stealer who's a bad catcher. You were a great catcher at one point, but now you're not that great at catching and you can't hit anymore. And you're a really good defensive catcher who definitely can't hit. But you're young, and you're a really good defensive catcher. So you know what? I think we'll sign you. Yeah, and if you sign the offer, I'll actually put you on the roster. Other than that, I don't see any need to sign anyone else right now. That's right. And the draft comes in the off-season, so we'll have that to look forward to. Did I win any Gold Gloves? I did not. This is some weird people winning Gold Gloves. Whoa, Jimmy Fox is still a catcher? For those of you that don't know, Jimmy Fox was actually only a catcher very early in his career. And was a first baseman much later. I wish I had a draft pick like Jimmy Fox. I miss having good draft picks. And yet if I bottom out, I might get fired. So, you know, this is life, right? Nobody there. Nope. Nope. JK may finish third. And that'll do it. Well, we'll go up to the start of the winter meetings. Ooh, you like Dutch Kraus, eh? And yeah, you're going to stay in the majors. And I'll send you back down. The thing is, Campbell is not nearly as good a center fielder as Schulte is. And Schulte can't really play anywhere else. I'm actually going to try to trade Woody Jensen, and here's why. Schulte's a much better hitter. Like, a lot better. And someone might give me something interesting for such a good player. I could get an upgraded catcher, but so far I'm not seeing any major upgrades. A lot of third basemen in this league. Chuck Dressen's not that thrilling. Yeah, it's only the third baseman that they really want to cough up. Actually, position I'm fairly okay at. Dressen's not that great a hitter to justify him. And I recognize, okay, this is kind of a throwaway player that I'm not actually going to use anyway. But you'd have to think I could get a little bit more. Maybe I should start looking at things the other way. How good are you? You're crap. Maybe start looking at the players I want and then saying what it would take to get them. So let's look at the roster. I'm set at first. For now. Go away. Bishop is good. Third base could use an upgrade if it was a real legit upgrade. Because Lindstrom can hold down the fort. And then I could probably use an upgrade there. Okay. So let me list players. I would like to see all the players in the league. Which would be... List all MLB players. Focus on third base. Joe Cronin. What do you like him? Okay, he's a really good hitter. That makes a lot of sense. Ben Chapman would be lovely, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to get him. Okay, these are the kind of tier of players I'm trying to look for. Johnny Vergers is all about home runs, walks, and playing third base fairly well. There's some value in that. Okay, what is it that you want? You would want Woody English. Let's start with Woody Jensen. I know you're going to say it's joking. No, that doesn't really open up much. Okay, you really value him, and I guess that makes sense. I did not say all players. I said third base. Don't be an idiot. Ironically, Marty McManus, the guy I traded for in Boston like 1,000 years ago. You are really badly off in the outfield. But there's literally no one, like, if I gave you Jensen, you're like, I want Woody English. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I'm just going to check, like, the trade blocks and the waiver wires during the season, but there's no one here I'm going to be able to get. That really thrills me. Chuck Nolson's a good hitter. Let's check the minors. One thing I would like to see change, actually, is I would like to see it be a little bit easier to access the minor leagues in systems like this where you can buy players. Otherwise, the AI is going to be grabbing a lot of it. I see. I could just offer you a contract to these guys, but no one here is that thrilling. PCL. No one really here that excites me. Western League. I mean, he's a decent fielder, but he's not a very good hitter. Blue Ridge League. Potential. Oh, I can't buy him. Okay. Oh, I see. This is actually like a real league. Okay. Can I grab Johnny? I could get a player of Johnny Dickshot's caliber. The thing is, all he really has is discipline, though. Still, it's how much money? 4,200? Yeah. I'm also going to buy Duff, too, if I can. Oh, I can't. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's go back to the Western League now. No. No, okay. What if I like gave Freddie Lindstrom? Oh, that's right. You can't afford any players. That's how they keep the Negro National Leagues from trading with the major leagues. I see. Really good potential AAA guys here. Pinky Higgins, but I'm pretty sure I can't buy him. Who actually controls him? Oh, the Cubs do. That's the Cubs AAA team. All right, fine. I wish I had a bigger minor league. I just got AA. That's kind of disappointing. So the problem is right now our best asset, Campbell. I'm just in this really weird situation where I've got a lot of players all at the same positions. I mean, I could make Campbell on right field, but he's honestly already a pretty good hitter. I mean, I guess there's no need to rush him. There's not a huge need to rush him. I am slightly concerned, however, about how far behind we're slipping in terms of this minor league game. I'd like to have at least... What I'd really like to have is like a rookie league team and then a AA team, I think would be a good combination. A good 1-2 punch. So that the rookies can get maximum experience and then we can get... we can get some more development for players that otherwise wouldn't get much playing time. Okay. So this is Winter Meetings Day. Kiki Collier. He's not as good as he used to be. We're going to keep a very close eye on these emails and see if we get lucky with anyone. We need a really good draft, I think. We need to find a truly elite player to help us break out of this rut. I'm gonna vote for Home Run Baker every year till he makes it in or until he's off the ballot. That's just how it is. These are some really bad players, like really, really bad. Is like a single one of you even interesting? I will vote Shoeless Joe again. This is a pretty weak class. To the point where I'll actually vote for Rube Marquardt just because everyone else is clearly worse than he is. Yeah, I genuinely don't see anyone else here that's worth a vote. I just don't. Submit ballot. Sure, Coco, it's the ball's fault. It's the ball's fault. Okay. George Washington. There's some really good plays here. Archie Vaughn is really good. Cecil Travis is pretty decent. Red Wolf was a pitcher, wasn't he? Well, I guess he did hit. Okay. I don't know who I was thinking of. Paul Dean, Dizzy's brother. There are some players here, but the problem is I don't think I'm going to get any of them. Because you can see I'm the number 10 pick. Okay. So Walter Cousin is an interesting idea, as he'd be an immediate upgrade to third base. But he's actually not that good a hitter. And I really need more offensive quality. Hal Schumacher has control problems. Bill Dietrich also has control problems, but has really good stamina. Sewell has a lot of different pitches. Again, his control is questionable, though. I think it's got to be either Sewell or Dietrich. Because they both have really good stamina. They both have a lot of pitches. And they've got the chance to develop at least mediocre control. Although Schumacher is a lot more polished and actually has a slightly higher ceiling because of this, because of the sinker of his. His stamina's crap. He's never going to be a starter. Melton's got decent control, but again, his stamina is questionable. And we're still in that era where it's really important that a guy be able to pitch a lot of innings. So it's down to Sewell or Dietrich, and I'll take Dietrich because he's younger. Auto pick. Did I like Bobby Reese? I think he had decent home run power and some good speed. That's got value. It's not a lot of value, but it's some. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the entire draft class. I don't know why this currently has like 45 rounds. I don't have a place I can put most of these people, to be honest with you. Well, I will give you your demands. You want less than the slot, so I will happily make that payment. I'd rather have another third rounder next year. Garbage. Real garbage. Garbagey McGarbageson. I'm pretty sure both Dietrich and the other guy will sign very quickly. Yep, there we go. If I trusted the AI to not just cut my best minor leaguers for reasons, I would probably automate minor league signings and releases. But we don't have that luxury, so Shoeless Joe made it in. I don't think Homer and Baker's ever going to make it in the Hall of Fame, which is a real tragedy, but it's like Shoeless Joe didn't deserve it. Up to the draft pick signing deadline, and I will get a third-round pick next season, which probably matters Bupkis, but it's kind of fun. Up to the preseason. Financial update. You've raised my budget for reasons that seem to not be a thing. But sure. Oh, it's spring training already. I don't think I can do anything, can I? I'd actually like to increase the player development budget since I've got so much money. There we go. $75,000. Because I've got so much money and I've got nothing else to spend it on. Do I go completely insane and do 100 grand? Let's do it. I'm going to spend as much money on player development as I do my payroll. It's going to be crazy, but I literally have nothing else to do with my money. Because unless you have really great players, your payroll never increases. Because that's just the way baseball worked in the 1930s. Okay, let's get the spring training roster set as soon as we get to spring training. Okay, Campbell finished developing. He's got to get a shot in the majors this season. Anyone else I want to give a shot to? Not really. I need him to finish developing. He's got to have a great year in Double-A before I'll consider promoting him. At some point, I got to give Harder a shot in the majors, don't I? Yeah, I'll put you on the roster. Anyone else? You should be a reliever, mate. Major reliever, how good would you look? You'd look pretty good. I'm actually going to promote you, and we'll use you as a reliever. Okay, so I'm going to let you go ahead and build the pitching staff however you want. I'm going to let you build the lineup and everything else any way you want. You wouldn't even give Campbell a chance? Oh, I didn't do depth charts and lineups. I just did lineups, didn't I? There we go. Okay, this I like a lot better. We'll see what happens. It's going to be almost impossible to leave Campbell off the roster. Because I can't sit here with a straight face and tell you he's clearly better than High. I mean, Schulte's an amazing center fielder, but he's starting to lose his defense, isn't he? Weren't you a 65 last year? You were. You are aging, my friend. Campbell's time may not be far off. Because I could use an exciting offensive player, and Campbell's about as good as it gets right now. We'll sum up to opening day. Win like almost every game in spring training, and I still lose because of reasons. Dressen I had looked at. Kylo I don't mind giving up, but I can't give you Dietrich. So let's talk, mate. I'm going to drop Dietrich, and you'd think about it. What if I ever so slightly sweeten the pot by throwing in Woody Jensen? You want slightly more. I'm not going to get Mueller or Higgins. I'll tell you what, let's make this offer and see how it turns out. Because we do need an upgrade to third base. Because Lindstrom ain't quite cutting it. And you said no. Well, that's understandable. What is the complete list of players? You will take a lot of bad players. You really are close on this one, aren't you? Have a 25-year-old outfielder with absolutely no talent. Sure. All right. Yeah, because I can't sit here and tell you for sure that Dressen should be starting over Lindstrom. How's Campbell enjoying spring training, by the way? What is almost spring training stats unless you tell it too? That's fine. You could just look at the spring training stats for everyone. Let's take a quick peek. Spring coverage, batting leaders. Campbell's nowhere near the leaderboards. So, he might be doing very well, but that's 1 to 2 weeks for May, which means he'll probably miss opening day, which is kind of crap, but what are you going to do? Another trade proposal. What trade do you have? You will send me a great catcher for basically half my team. Just outright no. I don't know what the crap is wrong with you. Why on earth would you even think I'd want that trade? I'm going to give you a really good catcher. Please give me half your team. I know we need to upgrade a catcher. I think Saltzgaver alone will do that. I think he'll just improve, and then it will look fine. Come on, dude. Don't be insulting. It's not kosher. Top 100, Campbell's at number 3. That's pretty exciting. And you want me to win better than not one more than 500 games. I'm sure you'd be delighted if I won 500 games this season. Saltzgaver is the same. Okay. Alright, so let's start building the roster. With Kylo gone, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to decide which of these starters is going to the minors. I think it's going to be Schaffner. Because Schaffner's control will never get better. I didn't know how you expect it. Oh, you think his movement will get better. I'm going to send you to the minors. And we're going to let a Harder have his chance to win the 5th rotation spot. Who the hell is Dutch Kraus? Did I trade for you? Oh, I signed you in the minors. Okay, that's fine then. How many pitchers do I have? 12. Let's get rid of 1. Dutch bro, I gotta cut you. And it's gonna make people angry because I'm pretty sure you're a popular dude. Oh, I guess you're not that popular. Well then, go away. Okay, so pitching staff is done. Lineup. I don't need this Pat Wright joker. I do need at least Dick Shot can go. Dick Shot can go to the minors, and I think Daniels has use as a pincher just because of his ridiculous power. How long are you? You're just dehydrated, dude. Drink more. Okay, you know what, Charlie? I think we let Bruce Campbell try playing right field this season. Can Fonseca play right? No. Schulte can play. Schulte can't play right either. I think we put Campbell in right field and hope for the best right now. It's gonna nerf your value. You're gonna look like crap. Actually, still look pretty good. You just have no defensive skill at that position. Hopefully, you learn quickly. Chapman plays short and second pretty damn well. I'm actually just going to cut Sammy Hale. Do I want to cut him? Is there anything he does well? He's an okay third baseman. I guess we'll send him to the minor. Oh, that's right. You don't want to be demoted. Then I guess you'll be released. Okay. Alright, pitching staff. Clear it. It's going to be Jakey Boy, number 1. Was French good last season? French was good last season. Yeah, French at number 2. Thomas 3rd. Hoyt 4th. Harder 5th. Do I want to give you a pitch count? You threw a lot of innings last season. I don't want you to blow out your arm. Let's not give you a pitch count, actually. Let's see what happens first. Alright, now we need our bullpen set. Best up is Grabowski, no control. No control. No control, some control. No stuff. Turner's as good as it's going to get. I guess Turner gets to be the stopper this season. Can Ortman develop better control? No. This is as good as he gets. So actually, we're actually going to end the episode right after we finish this because that took longer than I expected it would. And we'll actually start playing next episode. Hopefully you guys like this. What I would like people to do is comment down below, especially if you'd rather see me just do the off-season stuff off camera and then tell you about who I got when you see the next episode. Let's make you a lefty specialist with some middle relief for now, and then everyone else will be middle relief. Right, the lineup. We got 15 players here. Let's nuke it all. Okay, we begin with Saltzgaber. He will be our starting catcher. Kraus will be the backup. And I believe Kraus is actually a better catcher than Saltzgaber. So he'll also be the backup catcher if we need a defensive sub. Sizzler will play first. Bishop will play second. Dressen will play third. English will play short. Fonseca in left. Schulte in center. Does Campbell have an extreme platoon split? He's really good against righties. As a creative way to get him in the lineup, without giving him as much pressure, how's Charlie High? He doesn't really hit anyone well. I'm actually going to put Pete Daniels in as the backup right fielder. And we're going to do a platoon between the two of them. Jensen will back up in center, and Jensen will also back up in left. Backup at first will be, I believe, Chapman. Yeah, Chapman will handle first, second, and short. And short. And we'll put in Lindstrom at third. Is Dressen a good defense player? Defense player, not really. We'll actually make Lindstrom also the defensive sub. And then Reinholtz will kind of just hang out on the roster for now. All right. Number 1 pinch hitter will be Daniels, followed by Lindstrom, I think. Speed-wise, I don't think we have anyone that's particularly fast. Lindstrom kind of by default becomes the best base stealer. And then I guess Chapman. Okay. So please copy the depth chart, and we'll worry about the lineup later. Paste depth chart. This is where it gets interesting. I'm going to let Daniels get a lot more at-bats this season, because I'm going to bat you in right when there's a lefty on the mound. Because Campbell has kind of a platoon split. It doesn't mean he can't play the position well, because I do believe he can. And there's not that many left-handed starters, but I think this is a good way to get him major league experience without as much of a risk of injury or something like this. And then the number 1 pinch hitter will be Campbell, and we'll put in Charlie High toward the bottom, I guess. So we'll just set the lineup super quick, and that'll be it for the episode. I don't see any reason to not make Max Bishop the leadoff guy. He's been so great at it the past few seasons. He's now led the majors in walks. Every single year, he's been a regular player. Every single year. That's crazy. And I love it. He even hit for decent power last year, too. 17 homers. Okay. Who's our best hitter? I think we still go Fonseca Sizzler at 3-4. English will hit second. Okay, who's got more power here? Schulte is the next best hitter on the team, so he should bat fifth. Followed by Dressen. Oh, no, then no. Campbell should be hitting fifth, then Schulte, then Dressen, then Saltzgaber. Right. Let's copy the lineup just because the change is going to... No, let's not copy it. Let's just rebuild it. So, Bishop, English, Fonseca Sizzler, Schulte Daniels, Dressen Saltzgaber. I'm putting Schulte in because he's a little bit better contact hitter. He's got a 50. And Daniels is definitely bust. But I'm hoping he busts less against left-handed pitching than he does against right-handed pitching. We'll try this as an experiment. And if it turns out that Daniels is just... his inability to make contact is so bad that his power is totally offset, we'll make a change. And we'll look into that next time. But that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoy the new format. Maybe it makes it easier to keep up with the seasons. So we're looking at probably 2 to 3 episodes per season, which is roughly right where we were before, about an hour to an hour and a half per season. And again, it's really important for me that you let me know if you'd like to see the off-season stuff done off camera so we get more actual games played in a given episode. But do let me know. But that's it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. You know what to do about the commenting and the liking and the subscribing. And until next time, I bid you good day.